Good evening, everyone. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was looking for a specific graphic, and this is it. I wanted to talk about our dry spell, and it's not happening, or it's not helping our drought. Yes. So for a brief period of time over the summer, when we had the rain every day and 4 inches every day, it seemed like in some spots across the coastal empire and low country, road washouts, all that jazz. We've now gone back into a moderate drought for Hinesville, Savannah, back close to Pembroke, but Richmond Hill included, portions of Effingham County into Jasper County and Hampton County, and then the lighter yellow is abnormally dry, and that kind of just covers the rest of Hinesville. Jessup, south of Brunswick, Blueberry Country, south of the Altamaha, Onion Country, and Candler County is good. So if you're in Savannah, I know islanders always say, we need the rain on the islands, Jamie. Well, you're right. We are in a moderate drought because we're below our rainfall in those areas. Well, Safe Touch Security First Alert Live radar, just a couple of spotty showers right on the Jenkins-Scriven line, and those will continue to dissipate as they move into Jenkins County over Millen. Right now, we've got a great view of the Pooler Parkway exit and I-95. It's still 79 in Savannah. It is 76 in Sylvania, 74 Statesboro, 77 Claxton. Humidity out there, it didn't feel too muggy, but it feels 3 degrees warmer than the 79 at the airport. It feels like 82. Feels like 82 in Beaufort, and anywhere else kind of feels warmer. St. Simons feels like 84. So let's go ahead and look at our morning lows, and it looks like we're going to drop to the upper 60s in a lot of our cities. So that'll feel nice. It'll be short-lived, but it'll feel nice for a little bit. So get out, have your morning coffee. If you have a little bit of time to yourself, have some morning coffee out on your deck, your porch, in your car maybe. Rincon 67, Statesboro 65, Brunswick 67, Bluffton and Jessup 67 and 66. I'm going to pause it here and give some shout outs to some people. I know I came on a little late and I apologize for that. So I have some comments here. And hello from Jessica Cruz, Brandy Smith Ashford, Nicole Adside. Hello from Ridgeland, Jessica. Hoping for good news on this Caribbean disturbance. So Katie Sharkey Miller, I'm going to get to that. No tropical weather, please. So we do have Leslie, but Leslie remains in the middle of the Atlantic. So just for Katie's sake, dew points, blah, blah, blah. Here's the hour by hour as we go into Wednesday. We have a 20% chance of a shower, and that's going to be well west of I-95. So if you do live in Scriven, if you do live in Bullock, if you do live in Candler County, you have the best chance of a shower. Morning Thursday, maybe a spotty shower on St. Simons, Brunswick Island, Camden County South, and really a 10% chance as we go into Thursday and Friday. Temperatures warm to the middle 80s tomorrow. Here we go with Tropical Storm Leslie. Not too concerned about that. So we were talking about this a little bit last night. It wasn't even given an area of interest or an invest or anything. So this storminess down here in close to Central America, it doesn't have a good chance of development in the next 2 days. 0% chance. That's from National Hurricane Center. 5 days, 20%. And earlier I was saying, oh, well, I see this big ball of red. It looks like a really good rotation. No, because as you see with this 6-hour loop, it really gets shredded. And that's because where the storminess is, it's unorganized. There's a lot of wind shear. It's tearing it apart. But as this storm slowly starts to slide to the north, there is a 20% chance the next 5 days of it becoming tropical. And then the next 7 days, a greater chance as it gets into calmer waters. And then it's all about the steering currents. So really timing that out is kind of difficult at this point because there's going to be a series of cold fronts that never make it their way to us, to the coastal empire and low country. There's a cold front right now just to the north of us. Well, I wouldn't say just to the north of us, but it's skirting around that high pressure that's sitting over the coastal empire and low country, giving a lot of rain and some severe weather to Pennsylvania and the D.C. area and New York. So this is a wide range of where, if Michael, that would be the next named storm, could go deep into the Gulf of Mexico, into the Bay of the Yucatan Peninsula, lose steam as if it does cross the Yucatan Peninsula. That's good, and maybe impact Corpus Christi, southern Texas. There's a chance it could remain Texas, Louisiana. There's a chance it could be Big Bend of Florida, Tallahassee, if it moves through Florida. The optimal point, if this happens, would of course, if it does move into the Atlantic, and hopefully we get a front that would move it further off into the Atlantic, the door is wide open on this. So we're talking about all of the Gulf of Mexico, anywhere in Florida, and even in the Atlantic. So a lot of unknown with this, and so we're going to keep an open mind. Hopefully you haven't hit your hurricane snacks, because we are still in that, we get a little hump, we get a little bump in the road. It's not a complete bell curve as far as, you know, the peak of hurricane season being in September, and then we fall flat. You know, we got that little bump, and that little bump was Matthew 2 years ago. So Katie Sharkey Miller, good news about the Caribbean is that we don't really have to worry about anything for the next 5 days, but in the back of your mind, know that maybe October 11th through the 16th, okay, you know, I've got my stuff ready, always be prepared for anything, but this is a huge variable right here. You're talking about Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, and then, you know, completely skirting off into the Atlantic, okay? Watching from Richmond Hill, appreciate it, Carol. Paulette M. Jones, how are you? Stacey Ann M. Hudson, hello. Hello, Terry Johnson. Sam Franklin, watching from Kalawasi, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love it when Low Country peeps join us too. Sherry Love Zola, how are you? Getting ready for the big day, lady? Glad you're back. Thank you, Regina Fuller. And Joanne Altman Ballou says hello. Fair Bluff, North Carolina. All right, thanks for joining, Paul Jane. Hello, 60s. Yes, yes, celebrate the 60s, all right? We'll get them where we can take them, right? Adonis Rabot says hello. Our pond is needing fresh water. Very slim to none chance of rain coming up in the next 2 days. So here are our highs tomorrow. We'll go through the numbers. 89 for Jessup, 89 Baxley, 89 Alma, 88, look at that, straight up from Hunter, 516, heading up 21 through Savannah, Port Wentworth, Rincon, and Sylvania. Statesboro, 88. Wow, everybody's 88 except for Darien, 86. By the way, Darien got 3 inches of rain today. Yeah, that was that morning rain that we were talking about, anywhere from Beaufort down to Darien. Smack dab, the bullseye was Darien, and it was pretty relentless, and there was a lot of lightning this morning. Hi, David Clayton Culpepper. How are you? Tamika McAfee from Beaufort. Bring on the fall weather. I can give you some 60s in the morning, but that's the best I can do as far as our highs. Low Country looks like it'll be the coolest along area beaches. Hilton Head, 83. Beaufort, 85. Hardyville, Ridgeland, Estill, and Hampton, 88. Dayton, Ohio. Mikal, just saying, like, Dayton, Ohio in the house. Great. Thank you for joining us. Pooler representing. Aaron Summerall from Baxley, hello from Hampton. Thanks for joining us, Seabrooker. And hello for Hinesville, so ready for fall weather. So you are going to wake up in the upper 60s, Mariella Pereira. So just hopefully, Guyton says hey and thank you, and hello, Yasmin Taylor. So here, so Wednesday, I mean 20%, maybe one city, Scriven, or Sylvania, or Statesboro. That's the 20%. So most likely anywhere along area beaches. Savannah stays dry tomorrow. A 10% Thursday and Friday as high pressure really builds in and takes control. A spotty shower Saturday. So Saturday looks like the best day to have any rain-free activities, if anybody has any activities. October seems to be like a resurgence of wedding season in the South. So it would be like April, May, maybe June, but it gets really hot in June if you're planning an outdoor wedding, and the thunderstorms. But October seems to be kind of a resurgence for for weddings. And so Saturday, if you're getting married, looks great. Sunday, looking good, a 30% chance of an isolated shower or two. We'll keep a close eye on that, because that is Picnic in the Park, where hundreds of people will be outdoors. and we are sponsors. And Monday and Tuesday, 86. So cooler weather at the end of the 7-day. Gets a little muggy by Saturday. Humidity, muggy meter, not too intense as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but under, sunshine, like wall-to-wall sunshine. It is going to feel hot in the sun, but not too oppressive. Hello, Sean from upstate New York. How are you? Brunswick says hello. Great to be home. Hey, good to have you, Agon. Is that how you say it? Agone? Hoping the tropics will be, I know. And that's, if anybody's reading this and they're like, Lindsay's graveyard, what is that? Lindsay has one of the best Halloween decorations. And I'm actually going to try to see if I can get people to send me some more of their Halloween decorations, because I would love to air them on The News at 11. And I think, Lindsay, I'm going to start with you because it is pretty spectacular. So awesome. Hello from Columbia. And Earl Drigger says hello. So I'm going to go back because the tropics, of course, when you have a little bit of uncertainty out there. So let's go back to what we're looking at. So this area storminess that we talked about last night, the National Hurricane Center was like, yeah, all right, well, yeah, we'll get put a little emphasis on it. And so right now you're thinking, oh, it's right there. It's right there. That's going to develop and it's going that way. Well, no. The trade winds take it from Africa into the Caribbean. So when you see something going that way, it's either being sheared apart or it's being carried away by opposing winds or upper level dynamics like a cold front. So right now, this storminess is very unorganized, and this particular thunderstorm, it's just a large thunderstorm right here south of Jamaica, that is getting ripped apart by upper level wind shear. So that's good. So the next 5 days, as it moves into the Bay of Campeche, we could definitely see, maybe it becomes Michael. We don't know. But it's just, it has so much more time to develop, and that means so many things are going to be coming across the country. So it's all about timing. It's all about development. It's all about the wind shear. And so not a lot to talk about as far as if it'll become Michael, if it will impact the United States. I think at this point in time, because of the range, the Gulf of Mexico definitely has kind of the takes the brunt of this, right? But if it goes up the eastern side of Florida out to the Atlantic, that definitely opens our eyes. And even if it does, comes in the Big Bend of Florida, the Appalachia coastline, being on the right-hand side of the storm is not very good, okay? But we don't know. We don't know just yet. So we will keep an eye on it for you. And we've got a long way to go. So like I said, the best thing to do, don't eat your hurricane snacks. I had to put 2 cases of water in the spare bedroom. He never goes in there. And a box of Pringles and some other stuff. We don't really have like a really good hurricane kit as far as food goes because I'm at the station or he is working. So make sure your hurricane kit is still properly, stacked and supplied, and that's about all we can do at this point. All right? So 9:15, got to get ready for The News in Augusta, and hopefully you can join us for The News at 11. If you have a great Halloween decorated house in your neighborhood, you have it, I would love to see it. Take some video, take some pictures, maybe like a panoramic shot. Well, actually, that doesn't look good on TV. So maybe video and pictures and send them to me. And you can either message me or post them on my page. And I would love to share them through the month of October. In the meantime, have a great evening. Hopefully, we see you on The News at 11. Good night.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for our The News Now digital update at 10 o'clock. I'm Dawn Baker. I want to remind you that we are broadcasting this newscast on our website as well as the news app, Amazon Fire, Roku, YouTube, Facebook, as well as Twitter. We're going to begin with one of the top stories we're following right now. It's actually some breaking news we begin with out of Savannah. Savannah police officers are still on the scene of a shooting on East 38th Street and Live Oak Street. They got the call about an hour ago. The man who was shot is being treated at the hospital. Police say that he suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Detectives are working to determine what led up to the shooting, and we have a crew on the scene. We'll bring you the very latest coming up tonight on The News at 11. The U.S. Marine Corps' investigation to that F-35B jet crash in South Carolina in the Lowcountry continues today. The Marine Corps Air Station Beaufort also is asking for the community's help. According to a post they put out this morning, they want to, they need us to help them. It says, to help us as we continue our investigation, we are asking for everyone who may have witnessed the aircraft mishap at Little Barnwell Island to please email us your name and contact information. It includes an email address for anyone who saw something when the plane went down shortly before noon on Friday. As a result of that crash, though, some roads are still blocked and many waterways are blocked surrounding the crashed site. The U.S. Marine Corps says dangerous debris could have scattered around for miles around that site. Places like Clarendon Road and Grays Hill Boat Landing remain closed as Marines investigate the cause of the crash. The pilot safely ejected from that plane. Well, some welcome news in Statesboro. Police say violent crime has actually dropped in the area. Police Chief Mike Broadhead brought numbers to Statesboro City Council this morning. He says numbers he collected for a monthly report point to a drop in gun-related crime in 2018 so far compared to 2017. He says armed robberies and aggravated assaults with guns have both dropped by about 50%. He says he put more priority on investigating the shootings even when victims knew the shooter and didn't want to prosecute.
Even if the victim wasn't interested in pursuing it, particularly when people are firing guns off in public, there's a public safety commitment that we need to make to fully investigate those.
The police departments deliver their monthly crime statistics to the FBI for analysis as well. But before you answer your phone, there's something you should know. The Statesboro Fire Department is warning everyone to beware. They say a man is calling residents throughout the Bullock County area claiming he's collecting donations for the local fire department. They say it's a scam. Do not fall for it. The Statesboro Fire Department is not calling asking anyone for money, and they want to also remind everyone to never give their financial information out over the phone. Well, it is never too early, as we all know, to start thinking about your future. If you're a young lady in the 10th, 11th, or 12th grades, please join me for the Dawn's Daughter Leadership Academy Career Fair, Saturday, October 13th, from 9 a.m. until 12 at Savannah Technical College's Eckberg Auditorium here in Savannah. More than 60 professionals will be there to talk one-on-one with the students to help them get a jump start on their careers. Parents are also encouraged to attend. For more details, please feel free to check out my WTOC Dawn Baker Facebook page. And don't forget to join us tonight coming up on The News at 11. We'll have the very latest on the Beaufort County Superintendent search as well as the district's plan for rezoning. And a couple of you have continued to ask what happened tonight in Savannah. There has been a shooting on East 38th as well as Live Oak Streets. Someone has been sent to the hospital. We believe it is a male victim. We have crews on the scene, and we will bring you the very latest details coming up too tonight on The News at 11. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you then. Good night.